this program captures some of the quiet ones also that are busy working behind the scenes. I just love about this program that is data-driven, that we're looking at our tax dollars. And it isn't a popularity contest. It's not about who you know, but it is about the work that some silent people are taking care of.
When I arrived at Yankeetown School, they were a couple points from a D, and they had had a succession of multiple principals over the last 4 years. I think I would have been the fourth principal coming in.
When I started at Arlington, it was a quadruple F school. And coming in, I knew that the state would possibly come in and take over the school.
When I arrived at Armwood, it was COVID. It was June of 2020. And so for the 21-22 school year, right, we were still in and out. We were still hybrid. So the class of 22 that entered, that freshman group, they really had to get back to school.
When I first initially arrived in COVID. I made the third principal in 3 years. So there was a lot of shifting. The school was slated to be an F school. So coming in, there were transitions already being made prior to me coming. One of the things that I heard simultaneously was culture.
I was the sixth principal in 5 years. So the school culture, needless to say, was not great.
January 5th, 2015 is the exact date I stepped foot on that campus. We used to have a lot of community residents that say they would vandalize their mailboxes, go through their mail, disrupting their properties.
Spring Creek's a Title I school, very low socioeconomic community, and a lot of them have a rough family life.
You know, being a Title I school, our families are working multiple jobs to make ends meet. And so we want to make sure that our students have everything that any other student would have in our district.
8 years ago, I was placed at Coquina Elementary School, and at that time it really declined. It was a D school that was struggling academically. When I got to Coquina, it was one of the highest in poverty in Titusville area. It really didn't feel like that at the end. That means we made change. You know, we built community partnerships.
You want the students to go to college and want them to finish college. Because what an honor to receive a scholarship.
So I will tell you that the opportunity to give a scholarship was by far the most exciting thing about this whole program. That was extremely important to me, that we had an opportunity to help one of our kids. The selection process was pretty easy for me. A young lady came to mind almost instantly.
I think what I was looking for was someone who really bought in to our motto, which was believe, achieve, succeed. Because at Armwood High School, it's all about being the best. When we were really considering this opportunity and this award, we wanted to think of someone who really embodied Armwood, and it was great to give him this opportunity.
I have to quote Joe Sanfilippo when he says the story wins, and it wins every single time. And this student by far had the best story as far as the perseverance, as far as struggling to get to school on time, struggling to get to school at all. She came every single day and she excelled at school. She did it with just the biggest pride, and she did it with ease, almost, to say the least. And she had a lot of external tribulations and things that she was going through.
One of the things I wanted to meet was trauma. I wanted to provide not only a safe space for academics, safe space for emotion, so that we can teach them, so that they can learn. So choosing this student, I looked at all of those factors and we narrowed it down to this student.
When I really started thinking about what student would I want to represent us for this scholarship, I looked for a student who had to overcome many barriers like generational poverty, generational dropout, and who was excelling. And there was a young man that stood out among all of the middle schoolers. And I knew what he was dealing with at home, and he would overcome all of those obstacles to come in and just succeed with academically. This was a blessing that we knew that thankfully the Florida TaxWatch was providing for him and his family. He wants to be a cardiologist. He ended up being, I think, the best choice because not only did we see his talents from the beginning, but he stayed on the path to even maximize and grow more than he already was.
And the individual that I did give it to, he came to this country from Cuba in 5th grade, and he couldn't speak any English. He has worked so hard to teach himself the language, and he has worked so hard to become proficient in testing. I knew he's the one that I would give the scholarship to because I knew he would avail the opportunity and take it to the end.
So there were several students that were so deserving of that scholarship. The leadership team took a look at a few things and said, what student displays our 3 pillars of success at Evans High School? And that's pride, determination, and perseverance. And so when we thought about the student, that student is quiet, but she is academically sound.
By giving her an opportunity, no matter what's happened in her past, she now, I fully believe, can get a full ride scholarship based on doing some of the hard work that you get done in high school. But this will also give her the opportunity of not having that burden right off the bat to worry about that. So hopefully college won't be a choice of can I go or can I not go?
So I think it's a phenomenal program. I hope and pray that it continues to support students and families as the years go on.
It was special because it became a very emotional moment for herself, for everyone in the audience, even for myself. It's something that I know is going to change the trajectory of her life.
You don't usually get that. I've been principal of the year twice within my county, but never anything as such. And so I just really do love what Florida TaxWatch, what it stands for.
I think what was very rewarding about the TaxWatch program was that as a principal, you're being recognized for the work that you've been in over a long period of time. So not only was it beneficial to me when I announced it to my staff and all the work that they put in over the last 3 years, I think it was very inspiring to them to know to keep striving every day and that we can make changes not only in our staff's world, but also in our children. And in education, that's really what you do it for.